Hello again, ladies and gentlemen. Can we talk about Gem and the Holograms? Welcome back, dear listener. Our hiatus, it's over. It's over, as Strong Bad would say. It's our nice little mini vacation has ended here, but here we are. We're back. We've entrenched ourselves into... We are now entering, Kristen. This is the final leg of the third season. Third season?
No, not yet.
Not yet. No,
we're quitting after this one. This is the third season. Fuck the Stingers.
Stingers, fuck the lady who voices Phil and Lil. She's not, fuck this. Yeah, fuck that. Get out of here.
Bye.
This is the final third of the second season of Gem, and that's why I got confused there, because my notes. I knew that when I wrote final third of second season, I was like, yeah, this is gonna fuck me up.
Yep.
But
you did it anyway.
We are in the back nine of season 2 of Gem here, and let me tell you, Kristen, it is gonna be a rough one, because
it's like par 9. I tried to think of a golf thing, and that's what I came up with. Not bad.
But we're gonna do it in our own unique style, which is not necessarily... I mean, we're gonna do it in a style, I guess. Maybe not our style, but a style. But, well, whatever.
Is it not our style if we are the ones who bring it?
I'm someone who always wears a mask. My name is Joe. Don't
talk to me about masks. I am 55 hours deep in Persona 5. I'm Kristen.
And we are watching Gem and the Holograms via Shout Factory's Gem and the Holograms Truly Outrageous Complete Series box set, as well as the wonderful world of Netflix. Kristen, what do you got going on when it comes to Netflix this week?
I'm playing Persona 5. We're recording this second-ish week of April, so 55 hours probably doesn't sound too impressive then, but I've been paying close attention to my PlayStation trophies, and most of them are ultra rare. So, my goal was to play so much that it would be hard for other people to accidentally spoil me, and I feel like I am achieving that so far. I'll probably finish it within another 20 hours.
Congratulations.
Mm-hmm.
I started watching the new Mystery Science Theaters that are on Netflix. They came out a few days ago, I think like 2 or 3 days ago.
Oh yeah.
They're all right so far. I don't want to pass judgment until I've watched them all, but
I'll get around to that eventually.
Is it weird that I don't like that Gypsy has a lady voice and not like the voice of a guy pretending to be a lady anymore?
Well, wasn't Mary Jo like the only woman they had back then?
And Mike's wife.
That's true.
But no, I think Gypsy was kind of like grandfathered as just kind of like, oh, I'm gonna have a kind of high voice like this kind of voice. But no, she's just a normal lady with a Midwestern accent now.
Well, I like that part.
Well, Kristen, we are not going to be in the Midwest this week. We are going to the South. We are going pretty far south because this episode, Kristen, is called Mardi Gras.
So, again, an episode of Gem taking place in somewhere I've actually been.
How did that turn out, I guess, then?
New Orleans doesn't look like this. I mean...
New Orleans doesn't have zomboys, Kristen?
Not that I'm aware of. I didn't encounter any personally.
This is an episode, Kristen, that I don't remember at all before watching it before here. Somehow, I remember that you and friend of the podcast, Madeline, were watching episodes of Gem, and you told me about watching Rock and Roll Express.
Yep.
And we watched Journey to Shangri-La and Renaissance Woman, but I just wasn't there for this. So you've watched this more recently than I have. And before you watched it today, did you remember anything about it?
No, not really. And you know what? Upon watching, I understand why. Because, hey, Joe.
Yes.
I don't think anything happens in this episode.
It's weird. I mean, this is a Shana episode, first of all, which you'd think we remember. This is a Shana episode. It's amazing. Hey, Shana episode, but she kind of just spends all of it getting hit on by a French pirate man, and it kind of ruins the episode for her a little bit, I think.
It ruins it for me a little bit, too.
But hey, we'll discuss all of that as it happens, so buckle up for masks. Everybody wears a mask. It's going to be a mask episode. Let's mask.
Persona 5.
Me and my friends are Gem girls. Gem. Gem is my name. Exciting adventure, fashion, and fame. Once you're a Gem girl, you're never the same. Come on and be a Gem girl. Gem. Gem is my name. Me and my friends are Gem girls. Gem. Gem is my name. Truly outrageous, that's a Gem girl. Glamour, fashion, and fame. Exciting adventure, fashion, and fame. Once you're a Gem girl, you're never the same. Come on and be a Gem girl. Gem. Gem is my name. Gem.
We start off, Kristen, this is the first... No, is this the first episode of the second season written by Mary Screens?
I don't remember.
I don't remember, but she's back. Triumphant return of Mary Screens, who wrote... I don't even remember what other episode she wrote.
I don't remember either. It's all gotten so muddled in my head.
We start on a riverboat. There's some jazz playing, and wow, Kristen, is it ever New Orleans?
I suppose it's supposed to be.
Shana comments that heading to New Orleans is like a dream, and Aja says they're heading for the world's biggest party, and I wrote in here, Kristen, before knowing that this was a Shana episode, they got their lines in early. Nice.
Good job. I have to wonder why you should even bother making a cartoon episode about Mardi Gras. Like, New Orleans? Yeah, totally. Mardi Gras? That's not really a kid topic.
I mean, we get there's a lot of stuff in this episode that seems like, wait a minute, this is a kid's show, but not like to the point where it gets overtly sexual or anything. I don't know. This seems like they're tackling subject matter that it's, because they're not telling you about like the history of Mardi Gras or anything either,
No.
so.
They're just like, they're taking the parade concept, Parade Days, your episode, and sanitizing it to the point where it might as well have taken place anywhere in the world that has a parade.
For the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
Yes, exactly.
Jem and the Holograms were gifted this trip by some mysterious benefactor. They kept saying, the banner says Melodicus, but I could have sworn they kept switching between Melodica and Melodicus.
Metallica?
Metallica, yes.
I think that's it.
Jem is concerned, however, because of this mysterious benefactor, they don't even know what the fuck damn hotel they're staying in.
I don't know why they agreed.
So we got a riverboat jazz piano woman. She was playing the piano here along with her jazz band, and she starts to give some exposition about, I assume, the boat. She's talking about Melodica, or Melodicus. She's talking about Metallica here. She's talking about the Black Album, how she's really just like, so Enter Sandman starts, and it's just like, dur, 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 dur. And everybody's just like, oh yeah, cool.
Jazz? I think this was supposed to be some jazz. I don't know what's happening.
Jem and company are going to be part of Metallica's Princess Court or something? I don't know much.
Don't explain it very well.
They don't, no. Everyone claps for Jem and company as they take the stage, and they are going to be wearing some treasured jewels of pirate man Jean Lafitte that have not been seen since 1814 or something like that.
I'm telling you right now, I'm not going to remember his name, because in my head, every time I try to think of it, it comes out Tafiti, which is the lava person from Moana.
I remember because there was a Canadian guy with an eye patch in the mid-90s WWF named Jean-Pierre Lafitte, who was a wrestling pirate.
Well, there you go. Lucky you having a frame of reference. All I have is a lava person.
Jem, how do you feel about being chosen for the publicity event of the century?
It's fine, I guess.
Jem's response is very flat. I was just hoping that this would be one of the Samantha Newark Vuries, but no, she said that we're honored, and of course, we're mostly thrilled. Huh? What?
If you say so.
They're going to the Mardi Gras! Louisiana's famous The Mardi Gras, which brings us to song one of the evening. Kristen, let me here take you to the Mardi Gras.
Let me take you to grammar school.
I didn't have high hopes for this song, and I was correct, because this is... Let me take you to the Mardi Gras. Oh yeah, I forgot. It becomes a Christmas song because Jem just starts going
la Mardi Gras.
There's just lyrics about romance, adventure. There's a lot of creepy clown people in this episode because of just like, hey, Mardi Gras, yeah, costumes.
Mm-hmm. See, after singing anything to a different tune with the correct amount of syllables, my mind automatically goes to Mardi Gras.
Mardi Gras.
They should have just done that. Sometimes, fa la 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 la.
I have faith in my friends, Mardi Gras.
We just wrote a better Mardi Gras song.
Should every song that's bad should just go to the tune of I'm Okay.
Grandfather that into the old episodes.
Sometimes I feel so alone in my mask.
Wow, that was more recent than I was expecting. Sometimes a man on a boat.
There's an American flag that flies past the screen at one point, and Kristen, I'm wondering if they were just kind of still in, like, patriotic mode or whatever.
It's weird.
Where this is as far as that goes for all of the episodes, the last, with the presidential dilemma, and actually even with fucking Trick or Tech Rat, all of them have been in America, so Jem has not gone out of the country in a good while.
Yeah, she's comfortable at home, I guess. Gotta tell the president, gotta tell Bush Sr. that she loves him.
She's proud to say the USA is her home.
Yep. USA!
USA!
Perfect.
There's Jem and Rio. They are silhouettes that end up kissing, where it's just like it's the scene in the music video for Glitter and Gold, except bad.
Yeah, this is the only time that Rio shows up in this episode, which is surprising because I would have assumed that he was also a French pirate.
It would have been nice if Rio was in. Would it have been nice if Rio was in this episode? Probably not. Actually, he's trying to get his train license still. There are parade floats. There's a hot dog that a child is. It seems like it's showing here. Here's what Mardi Gras is all about. And one of the shots is a child eating a hot dog, and there's confetti flying everywhere. So I wrote a hot dog with confetti all over it.
When Madeline and I were watching this, she got particularly upset by that, saying, yeah, go to New Orleans, eat a hot dog. Not like seafood.
Classic French cuisine, and that classic, ooh, jambalaya, no thank you, I will take a hot dog.
Go to the French Quarter, get a beignet, slice it open, put a hot dog in there. Delicious.
So we're back to reality at this point. One thing I forgot to mention, Kristen, at the beginning it's automatically nighttime and there's fireworks everywhere.
Uh-huh.
And now it's just evening again at sunset when the song ends.
So there's a pirate on the boat for no particular reason.
A pirate man shows up here. I wrote that he probably saw Ashley's costume in Trick or Treat and thought it was the latest style.
That's the only thing that makes sense to me.
His name is Pierre because of course it is. And he is the liaison for the crew of the Melodicus, which I don't understand still. Is the Melodicus a building? Is it this boat?
It's an evil conglomerate. Hail Melodicus.
Jem is like, stop being mysterious, it's just a party, tell me where we're gonna stay, Jesus Christ.
Mardi Gras is a mystery. You're going to be sleeping on a parade float. Your blankets will be beads. Many, many beads.
That sounds uncomfortable.
Yes, it does.
The crew are always a secret, and they don't want their old-ass jewels stolen, so alright, whatever. That's pretty much the... Pierre is... I don't understand what Pierre's deal is, really, so fucking whatever.
He's like, I'll tell you everything at lunch tomorrow. And Jem's like, can you tell us where we're staying, at least?
And Pierre goes, oh, you're a stickler for details, huh? Fuck off.
Yeah, I want to know where I'm going to lay my head tonight in this city I'm unfamiliar with. Fuck off, Pierre.
That's about the first of 3 or 4 times that I tell Pierre to fuck off in this episode.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Shana's looking over the side of a boat when an old Cajun lady just up and grabs her and goes, heed the words of Mama Lou. Beware of zombies on Fat Tuesday.
I beware of zombies every day of my life, so advice not necessary, Mama Lou.
Shana's just like, what's wrong with Fat Tuesday? Oh, zombies, oh!
So while Shana is still incredibly confused, Pierre swaggers over like a pirate.
As pirates tend to do.
As they do.
And he's just like, so, Mama Lou, don't worry about her, she's crazy. She thought you are Lily Lamboise, or whatever, however the fuck, Lily. It's Lily. Lily?
Yeah.
Lily, yeah.
Lily.
Lily, fuck it, whatever. Who was a Bourbon Street singer?
Sure.
Did they also say courtesan? Was that? No, probably not.
Probably not.
That would imply, no, they used some word for her, and it wasn't courtesan, but you never know, she could have been.
Who knows?
Pierre explains that Jean Lafitte was the greatest admirer of Lily, so much as he is the greatest admirer of Shana, and Shana goes, I have a boyfriend!
And conveniently, she is also carrying a picture of Anthony Julian in a locket, just in case the kids forgot who he was.
Kristen, I'm wondering here, was this episode, written oh, let's give Shana a love interest, and Mary Screens didn't know that they already have a love interest for Shana?
And they're like, oh, well, now we can have Shana spend the entire episode being like, stop!
Yeah, now we gotta rewrite the entire script to make Shana be uncomfortable all the time.
So it's not even really a great episode for Shana. She gets attacked, and she gets her shit stolen, and a creepy, persistent man won't leave her alone.
But good for Shana, she's sticking to her morals, because she shows off her Anthony Julian locket, and
I'm spoken for.
Pierre says that he's not going to give up so easily, because of course he won't, because fuck.
You having a boyfriend doesn't change the fact that I love you. I don't respect your autonomy.
Everybody disembarks, and the band gets on a horse-drawn carriage that Pierre said would take them to the hotel.
Cool?
The driver is just like, I'm going to show you a scenic tour of Bourbon Street instead of going straight to the hotel first, which I assumed that was Pierre, dropping a 20 to the dude and being like, give me some time. I need to get these bitches a hotel room.
I don't know what to do.
I forgot about that.
I cannot imagine what it's like to drive on Bourbon Street.
You had said, Kristen, you were in New Orleans, so what is the experience of Bourbon Street like? Tell me, let me know. And you weren't there during Mardi Gras, I don't think.
No, I was there a couple days after Mardi Gras, so there were still beads hanging from everything. But there was still a decent amount of people there, even with, it was a pretty cold time of year, too. And we, when we were at Bourbon Street, we just walked in the middle of the street.
Wow. Huh.
cars weren't going anywhere there.
Well, there we go. So, the 80s, wow, the 80s were different.
Yeah, we took streetcars. Stella!
So they're heading out onto the tour of Bourbon Street here, and Kristen, guess who's already... there is no explanation for why the Misfits are here.
Nah, they're just hanging out. They happen to be on a balcony in Bourbon Street, and they're like, yo, there's Jem.
And it does say below them, here tonight or whatever, the Zomboys, who are the other sort of, I don't want to say, driving force or anything in this episode. They're
a bunch of zippers.
They're a bunch of face-painted zippers, yeah.
Yeah, they're the Undertaker's friends.
Stormer laments that the holograms are here and they get to be in the publicity event of the century, but Pizzazz is just like, aha! But we have our own plans in the form of this man, Neko. Named for the wafers, I'm assuming.
Also, how did Stormer know about the publicity event of the century? Were the Misfits also on the boat and just happened to be behaving themselves very well?
I would like to think that the Misfits have been on enough disaster boats that they are going to be on their best behavior anytime they are on a boat. They're going to be below deck. They're going to be helping the people make sure that the boat is working at top capacity.
They are watching them and, in the style of a series of unfortunate events, whipping them with a wet noodle if they step out of line.
And here's where Neko shows up. Yes, I had said that he does look like a bad pro wrestler from your local indie fed. Uh-huh. He's got face paint and a Spike Chun-Li bracelet on, and...
Cool. And he is a... masochist.
Masochist, yes. Were you searching for a sinister masochist? I don't remember.
No, I knew which one it was. I almost implied the entire relationship as being sadomasochistic, but Pizzazz doesn't seem that into it.
No, because the very first thing he says is, I will do anything for you, Pizzazz.
And she's like, cool, whatever. Don't touch me.
The holograms finally make it to the hotel, which looks like a big-ass old Scooby-Doo mansion. Kristen, here we are again with a fucking Scooby-Doo plot. Jesus Christ.
Scoob.
Zoinks.
Zoinks. That's the word I was looking for.
and you went instead.
Scoob.
The driver says they probably blew the fuse box or something stupid like that, and it'll be fixed before the performance. Now, is the ball at this mansion?
I don't know.
It must be, because later the Misfit... fuck it, whatever.
When Mal and I were watching this, I was like, they're gonna stay at the American Horror Story Coven Mansion. I got to see the building they used for those exterior shots when I was in New Orleans.
Nice.
Very big, very white house with a big, big black gate.
The doorman gets spooked when he sees Shana. This is Maurice. He's...
a dick.
He's a D-grade character in this episode, probably.
Doesn't even need a name, except that Kimber yells at him later.
That's the only...
And needs a name for her precision strike.
That's the only reason I remembered, is Kimber calling Maurice a dick later.
Yep.
And I had written at this point, is this a Shana episode in disguise? It's not a disguise. This is pretty clearly a Shana episode.
Yeah, it's a bad one, so...
Here we have Madame Yvette, Lady Yvette, Mademoiselle Yvette, I call it fucking Miss Yvette from Pee-wee's Playhouse is here.
The Countess.
And she's the Countess, except as an old black woman.
Mm-hmm.
Literally make no mistake to hide the fact that it is the Countess's voice, because it's pretty clearly... It's not as French as the Countess, but it's definitely French and the Countess.
Everyone sounds French instead of Cajun. I mean, I guess I would prefer them doing bad French accents than, like, butchering, like, really horrible Cajun accents.
Madame Yvette apologizes for Maurice's behavior. Apparently his friend disappeared, and then I wrote, is this a Scooby-Doo episode in disguise?
God, now that I've seen this entire episode, that just pissed me off more.
Yeah, now that I'm reading that line again, that his friend disappeared, I'm realizing the end of the episode here, and I'm mad.
This episode sucks.
Shana is the reason that Jem and the holograms were chosen to wear these jewels here, because it all goes back to Lily and Jean Lafitte, the pirate man.
We hear a little bit about this hotel.
This hotel that they are in here, or house, or whatever, belonged to Lily, and Mademoiselle Yvette here is her great, and it's that joke from The Emperor's New Groove where we come back to it, and great-great-granddaughter.
I remember seeing a thing recently where it's like, if you kind of take an estimate of how old most people are, thousands and thousands of years ago is only like 80 times removed your great-grandma. And like, that seems like a really small number.
The story of Lafitte is told here how he was a slaver, so, and and he loved Lily, but Lily was just like, no. But she let him use the mansion to meet Andrew Jackson to plan the Battle of New Orleans, apparently.
There's a big statue of Andrew Jackson near the French Quarter, I think it is. And me and my friend Blakely, who I went there with, kind of voiced our discomfort and disgust with it. And Blakely's mom was like, shh!
I was gonna say...
You were gonna get beat up!
I wonder how people feel about that, because, Kristen, I know Andrew Jackson's a terrible, terrible, terrible person, but goddamn, he was a badass.
I think when you were just kind of looking at it from a cool factor sort of thing, like a bloody Andrew Jackson sort of thing, yeah, sure. Cool dude. When you think about it in real life.
No, when you think about the things that he had done, and...
Yeah, it's like, whoa, no. Get that statue out of there.
However, beating up a would-be assassin with his cane, pretty fucking cool.
Oh, yes. Even Andrew Jackson has his moments.
He's not all bad.
No, bad.
Not all Andrew Jackson's, Kristen.
Of course not.
There's a cemetery out here, too, that they kind of look over that it looks closer than it ends up being, I think? Or is it not? Because, I don't know, whatever, fuck it. Because Rhea is finally...
scaling issues in this entire episode.
Rhea is also finally just like, what the fuck does any of this have to do with Shana? Jesus Christ.
And there is a convenient portrait right there of Lily, and she is Shana.
Yeah, she is literally Shana. Purple hair and all. Mm-hmm. So, the Gem version of America, purple hair is a natural hair color.
Alright. It's canon.
The lady rambles some more before picking up on Gem's aura that she wants to go to bed, because all the Gem has wanted to do since the beginning of this episode has been get in a goddamn bed and sleep.
Gem is radiating sleep. She ate so many hot dogs, and now she just wants to go to sleep.
And there's only one other person staying here, so everybody gets an individual room, and Missy Vet is just kind of like, hey, Shana, you could get Lily's chambers, and Shana has the appropriate reaction of like, thanks, I think.
Okay, go in the ghost room, Shana.
Shana says goodnight to her Anthony Julian locket, but
what a loser.
And she blows out her candle, but in the dead of night, someone steals it! Shana wakes up as this is happening, and she starts screaming to end segment 1 here because of a room invader. And this is, alright, intrigue, cool, what's gonna happen? It's dumb, sorry.
I feel like anytime that Shana is the focus of anything, she has like just a real rough time. Lots of screaming, almost getting killed by a motorboat driven by Zipper.
The talent search.
This room invader, which is a very scary thing to happen to you in the middle of the night.
Yeah, so segment 2 starts. Shana's very shaken, because of course she would be. And she, lights a candle, and it's just like, where is everybody? Because nobody's answering her either. Fucking Scooby-Doo-ass mansion. You'd think, sound would probably carry.
You would think. It turns out her friends just don't care.
She hears laughter as she tries to find out where the hell everyone is, and then Pierre, grabs her shoulder, and she may as well have just fucking thrown the candle in his face.
Just shove it straight into his mustache.
And Pierre's just like, I'm the other guest here, haha! Also, you're beautiful. And Shana's just like, stop!
I, just got my shit freaked out. Also, it's the middle of the night. Also, there's no power here. Also, I don't like you. Take a hint!
Missy Vet comes out here. The rest of the holograms were having some tea. And, Kimber and Aja are all just kind of like, wow, I could totally sleep now. Oh, Shana, you're here. What's the matter? You have a bad dream?
You want some tea? Oh, there's no more. We drank it all. And so for some reason, they're being dicks to Shana again. They're trying to get her to quit the band again.
Missy Vet is just like, oh, Pierre, when'd you get here? And he's just like, I let myself in through the terrace. What? Huh? Why?
I climbed. Whatever.
Jem sees that Shana is, a little spooked here, and she's just like, Shana, what happened? Something took my locket.
And Pierre is like, you silly woman. You are just afraid of the dark. It's still there. You dreamed it getting stolen.
And Shana goes, don't fucking patronize me, and then punches him in the face.
In the throat.
Right in his mustache.
Yeah. Just clean up that whole area. She has 2 fists. They're both good for punching.
She says that Pierre should be the one sleeping in Lily's room and you see what kind of fucking nightmares you have, jackass.
In the ghost room.
And also, stop calling me Cherie.
And he goes, what a woman.
What an asshole.
Yeah, he's a dick. And there's no reason for him to act like this.
No, he's literally just trying to get his fuck on, and that's it. That's all.
Yeah.
That's the only reason that he's doing this.
It's the worst. I hate it.
I like how they imply that he's kind of acting this way because he's actually a bad guy, too, which we'll eventually learn. But that doesn't happen, so...
Yeah. This episode has no idea what it wants to do. This is like the ultimate example of status quo coming and ruining everything at the end.
It's almost like, the twist at the end ends up undoing all of what seems like buildup that they're working toward.
The twist at the end is nothing happened.
The next morning, they're all setting up for the ball, but it's a pretty busy day, so Jem and company are going to be doing some more sightseeing on a trolley on Charles Street, was it?
I don't remember. The only other place I remember going besides, like, the French Quarter and Bourbon Street was, like, Magazine Street.
Well, Kristen, they're taking a trolley and they're coming to see you. Taking a trolley and they're traveling far.
Aztec enchantment.
Some mechanic man comes by. He says that the fuses and the wiring have been fixed, so no more spooky Scooby-Doo mansion. Just don't plug anything in on the second floor.
And Madame Yvette is like, I swear to God we won't.
And then they do. Jem still has her meeting with Pierre, so she gets off the trolley and is just like, hey, Shana, do you want to come with? And Shana's just like, fuck off. So Jem heads off solo.
The trolley leaves before Shana actually answers, and she just sticks her head out the window and flips the bird.
So Jem goes to sit down with Pierre here, and the first thing Pierre does is goes, where's Shana?
And Jem's like, oh, Pierre, you're such a charmer.
Ah, she still must be angry with me. She likes me. Fuck off. Fuck off!
This is the worst. This is the worst thing.
Pierre spaces out thinking about Shana, and Jem has to even be like, Pierre, what the fuck?
She snaps with gloves on.
Wow, that's impressive.
I hated it.
I should notice more things like that because, that's fucking stupid.
Oh my god, Joe, we went to a midnight screening of The Room in Philly, and Tommy Wiseau was there, and he looks very damp in person. And one of the things I noticed is the pillows on the couches downstairs aren't pillows. They look like pillow fillers that somebody wrapped fabric around and then stapled at the bottom, and I can tell because of when Lisa and Mark start, like, sexy pillow fighting with each other, when you can clearly see the raw edges of the fabric and the fact that it's just all just folded up underneath itself. And there are real pillows in this movie, but those are the ones they choose to have a pillow fight with. Also, their curtains are too long. I started yelling so many things about the pillow shams on the sex bed upstairs aren't ironed. You can still see the packaging creases in them, and I could not stop freaking out about it. I'm very lucky it's a place I was encouraged to yell out loud because I kept yelling about the pillows.
Kristen, is The Room a movie that just keeps on giving?
It is. I learn new things every time I watch it. Also, it's surprisingly pleasant to get pelted with spoons for 2 hours.
Pierre gives some more explanation about the, what's going on here to Jem, about there's new gowns, there's jewels, whatever. Jem asks if the jewels will be safe out in the open, and Pierre is just like, oh yeah, because Miss Yvette thinks that the ghost of Jean Lafitte is going to protect them, I guess.
He doesn't seem convinced, but he's like, yeah, they're probably safe.
And then we see there's a zomboy listening in on the conversation.
He's not actually listening. He's imagining Pizzazz stepping on his face.
We cut back to the tram here. Shana notices Mama Lou is up front, and that really, they don't need that, I guess?
There's that lady again.
Considering Mama Lou came out of nowhere before, she can come out of nowhere when she goes and warns the zomboys later.
I don't know.
And the Misfits arrive as well, much to the chagrin of the holograms.
And we have one of my favorite things that happens in this episode where they just get onto the streetcar. We get song 2, Surprise, Surprise, which we can't play because we've already played it. And the Misfits just harass everyone on the streetcar, and then when the song is over, they leave.
Yeah, the Misfits really don't do a lot in this episode. It's kind of weird, but so Surprise, Surprise starts here, and it's used in a much weirder context as well, because it seems like, because I think I'm informed from the line that Stormer has right before it starts along the lines of something like, oh, you don't look like you're happy to see us, or like, aren't you surprised to see us here? And then, so Surprise, Surprise is in the vein of now, aren't you surprised to see, like, surprise we're here rather than nasty trick surprises.
It's fun to be surprised. Hey.
Pizzazz jumps in the lap of the driver at one point, and it speeds the tram up, so now Pizzazz cannot get near anything without it going 1,000,000 miles an hour, I guess.
Yep.
And
her finger snakes get into it, and they are adrenaline junkies.
The Misfits also start stealing the masks of some people on the tram car to put them on.
It's not Mardi Gras yet. What's happening?
My favorite part of the music video, Kristen, because that's really all of the imagery in the music video, is just the Misfits harassing people and Pizzazz making the train go faster, is Pizzazz puts on a mask at one point. She is wearing her Let's Blow This Town outfit with the sunglasses and everything.
Yes, she is.
She puts on the mask at one point, and the sunglasses, you could see her eyes. She's not wearing the sunglasses anymore. So, at the end of the music video, they take off their masks, and Pizzazz has her sunglasses on, still under them.
Pizzazz is Lafitte.
Pizzazz is fucking magic.
She's a magic ghost.
So yeah, the tram stops, and they just leave, and the holograms don't even the holograms don't even comment on it.
Like, not just, even well, that was weird.
The Misfits just leave, and they go and meet Neko and the Zomboys here, and Pizzazz has some orders for Neko, and he goes, "Command me, mistress. Command me."
Stop. I hate this. What is the point?
And Pizzazz grabs him by the collar and goes, "Okay, baby." And it's like, "Oh, God."
See, that was supposed to be an insult. She was calling him a baby. It's a children's cartoon. She can't grab his collar and go, "All right, fucko."
Basically, Pizzazz's plan is the classic Pizzazz plan of Jem and the holograms need to be out of the picture. And does she do like a throat slash motion too, I think?
I don't remember. Just disappear, Jem and the holograms. I want you to kill them, but I can't say because it's a children's cartoon.
Mama Lou shows up at this point and says that they should beware the ghosts of Lafitte. And one of the Zomboys is fucking scared shitless because he's just like, "That's Mama Lou. She's the real deal. Oh, fuck. Oh, God.
It's me, Zipper."
And Neko backhands him and says, "Be a Zomboy." What the fuck does that mean?
He says that again later. No, be a Zom man.
Hey, buddy. We're not Zom men here. We're Zom boys.
So go to preschool. I don't get it.
We cut back to the mansion at this point. Jem was given a ride back here by Pierre. I mean, I say given a ride, but there's a taxi in the background, so...
Whatever.
And Pierre goes, "Do you think Shana will dance with me tonight?"
Probably not. Jem does say, "You'll have to ask Shana," which means Shana's gonna punch you in the throat again.
Yvette is excited about all the dresses here, and Jem is just like, "Why do you want to show off the jewels after all this time, Miss Yvette?" And then Miss Yvette's response is basically a cash register noise.
All I want to do is choot, 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 and a ching and show my jewels.
But she would never sell the treasure, Kristen.
Only exploit it.
I think he would be alright with that, it says as it pans up to the picture of Lafitte.
And Jem's like, "Sure!"
So Yvette has to go take her nap, and Jem here changes into what I called her fish scale outfit.
It looks bad. When she put it on, I said, "Put something else on."
Blue is not really a good color for Jem.
No, she looks like cotton candy.
Maybe if it were a lighter blue, she'd look like cotton candy, but this is some blue-ass Cerulean City blue that we got going on here.
I don't know.
Cotton candy. Pink and like electric blue. That's a good... I like that combination for cotton candy, but yeah, no, this is...
I also really like cotton
good.
candy, so if it's not doing it for me, then it's not doing it for anyone.
She also backs into, like, a trick bookcase that traps her behind the wall.
Oh, those silly, not mainstream American cultures and their traps.
Fucking Scooby-Doo mansions.
God.
I don't know. Jem does this to herself here as well, and I could have sworn there was, like, one or two shots of Maurice where he was looking like he was, like, snooping around and, like, he was gonna try something and like, push her through the bookcase or something here, but that doesn't happen.
Nope, he's just a dick.
So she's trapped behind the bookcase here, and there's a set of eyes and fangs that show up, and there's, big suspenseful music. End of segment 2. Jem is threatened by a monster that she does not see.
And we know it's not a ghost, because why, Joe?
Ghosts are not corporeal.
That's correct.
Are we going to get back into Halloween lore here?
We might.
Segment 3 starts. The monster face shows itself again, as well as a creepy, a scratchy-looking arm, and... That's the sound of a creepy, scratchy-looking arm.
It is.
And Jem turns on her earrings here. She basically turns on the flashlight function on Synergy.
I hate that I have to accept this is fine because holograms are made of light.
Right.
But God, I would have almost rather she just, hologrammed a, stick with fire on it and used the light from that.
I was going to say, I feel weird because I thought about it. I was like, wait a minute, can Synergy produce light? And I was like, wait a minute, holograms are light.
Yeah, that's literally the only thing that she can do. We've been so conditioned for her to do so many bullshit things that we see her do a thing holograms do, and we're like, no!
Stop
That's
it.
wrong!
This sends the monster scampering as she basically uses her earring as a flashlight here, and Jem is just like, the fuck was that?
She hears...
She starts to wander the catacombs in here, and...
She finds a corpse buried behind a wall, and she's like, sweet, there's free wine back here.
The holograms are all checking out their outfits at this point, and there's a weird thing that happens here where Shana goes, "Incredible!" And Aja responds with a weirdly sexual, "Yes, you are."
Even Aja is like, well, if everyone's hitting on Shana despite the fact that she has a boyfriend, I might as well get in on this.
Must be something in the water.
I guess so. Everyone's horny.
The chauffeur has arrived, but Jem and Yvette are nowhere to be found. They head out anyway because... So, okay, wait a minute.
Dick
So I
Butler.
guess Maurice was being genuine here when he was just like, Yvette left an hour ago. I guess Jem went with her.
Yeah, because he doesn't fucking know.
Because he's supposed to look suspicious at this point. And, fuck it, whatever. So, the Zomboys are the chauffeurs, and Shana just has like a Vietnam flashback, and it's just like, Zomboys, Fat Tuesday, oh god!
So Kimber's just like, who cares? And doesn't seem disturbed by the fact that they brought a hearse to have them travel in.
Asha goes, you guys take your costumes really seriously, and Neko goes, I'm not wearing a costume.
Are they trying to be slick or not? Just curious.
I guess the holograms just gave them a lot of benefit of the doubt for this here.
I
don't know.
so.
Like any other day of the year, obviously, the Zomboys come to pick you up, and it's just like, ooh, I don't know. But Mardi Gras, okay.
I'm into it. Do you guys know The Undertaker?
Jem is still wandering. She looks through one of the, like, painting eye holes in classic also Scooby-Doo fashion here.
Worth mentioning real quick, there's no background drawn for any of Jem's wandering. She's just in pitch black. Like, nobody felt like, well, what's behind the wall? Who gives a shit?
It's just a dark corridor. Who cares?
Who cares?
Pierre and Maurice seem to be plotting something because they go, the girls don't suspect a thing. So, I don't know why they're having this conversation either, so...
Whatever.
Whatever. Jem says she has to warn Yvette, but also needs to find out how to get the fuck out of here.
So, as we are back in the hearse, everyone is like, this isn't the way to wherever we were going, which I don't remember where they were going, but they notice just as they pull into a cemetery.
They had to go to the parade float, I'm pretty sure, because that's where Miss Yvette is.
Well, they name a specific street.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
And, yeah, they're going into the cemetery here, which, again, was supposed to be, like, 30 feet away from the mansion, probably, at most. And
not.
God knows how long the car ride went. Maybe it was after the very first wrong turn, somebody goes, wait a minute, we're supposed to go the other way. And then Neko just basically goes, you're not going to the ball. Or the jewels, or something. What are we doing again?
We didn't practice our cool kidnap dialogue.
And so he just parks the car and goes, you will sit here and be quiet.
Yep. And then 2 seconds later, everyone jumps out of the back of the hearse, which was not locked.
Aja's response was, sure we will. And then they basically kick open the back door of the hearse and they all bum rush out of it. They run like hell in heels, Kristen.
Yep, in dirt.
In dirt, yeah.
Presumably soft dirt.
So they're running around through this graveyard to try to escape, and oh no, some Zomboys come. How many there were like 8 dudes here. How big is the Zomboys band? Jesus.
It's a 9-person group, like a K-pop group.
We fade to...
This is the music video for TT by Twice.
Right over my head. We fade to the stage. Yvette is waiting for Jem and company to show up so they can show off the jewels, and the crowd is getting restless because they're like, we want to see the fucking 170...
Show us the jewels!
Show me the money!
Yeah.
What's Cuba Gooding Jr. doing here?
You can't handle the truth.
What's Jack Nicholson? Wow, Mardi Gras has all the great people. Shouldn't you be at a Lakers game, Jack Nicholson? The Misfits start heading for the stage here or the parade float or whatever the fuck it is, by literally walking on the shoulders of the crowd, and they're all wearing heels too. Man,
that balance. But they have it because they're literally shoving the heels of their shoes into the flesh of those people.
They're literal spike heels. The Misfits end up on the parade float here, and basically, Jem and the holograms, they can never keep a commitment. And then Jetta, I don't know what's with this comment here, where she's like, but you can bloody well count on us, Mum!
Mom?
Mom? Huh? I thought Mum was the queen. What?
You sound French, so we might be related, right? I think.
And then there's a dude dressed as a king that walks into the frame and is just like, let the Misfits wear the damn jewelry. And then we don't hear from him.
The king said so.
We don't hear from him after that.
Nope, after this, the king dies.
Long live the king.
Long live the king.
So Miss Yvette produces a box that was in her, like, hoop skirt, I guess.
Yep, I just kept this in my butt.
And shows off all of the jewels here. They look kind of run-of-the-mill. They don't seem... I don't know. What are old jewels supposed to look like? Are they supposed to be impressive? I don't understand.
Okay, do you know what a statement piece is?
Nope.
So basically, if you're going to be wearing, like, just a plain black dress, you would wear a statement necklace with it, and it would be something really, really big, and you typically wouldn't wear any other big pieces except that.
Okay.
So, like, if you had earrings, they would be very small earrings. Or if you were wearing very, very big earrings, you probably wouldn't be wearing, like, a giant necklace with them.
Okay, all right.
So, I assume, especially if they're super old, the fact that they are just big is part of what makes them valuable.
I see. All right. Now,
Accessory lessons with Kristen.
here's the problem with that, Kristen.
Yup.
The Misfits are all wearing their dumb Mardi Gras outfits.
Yup. So, I guess it's acceptable to be double statement for Mardi Gras. I said what you would typically do with jewelry like that.
The Misfits probably have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
Oh yeah, definitely not. But besides, they're like, okay, if I was dressed anyway, if I was dressed how I am now, which is in a pair of stretchy leggings and a tank top, and somebody was like, here, put on this necklace, I would be like, yes!
Alright, fair. Yeah, okay. Because, yeah, well, they all start basically fighting over who gets to wear what, too. And to my surprise, Kristen, the Misfits win, kind of?
Yeah.
The Misfits pull one over on Gem and the Holograms here. Their plan actually goes off. It doesn't really follow through, but they get to wear the jewelry for the Mardi Gras parade.
They get to do the publicity thing.
Well, they don't get to take publicity photos.
No, but they do the parade.
Which I feel like, I mean, for whatever it is they were trying to accomplish, they still got something done.
No, they didn't just get pushed out like usual.
Gem is still stumbling around in the fucking catacombs here, and she's just like,
In the nothing.
Oh, I give up. And of
I'll
course,
just die here.
Of course, it's the very normal cliche of her, turning to just like lean against the wall, and it pushes shit open. And as it turns out, it's in it leads to a mausoleum in the graveyard.
Okay, sure.
So we see the holograms as well are kind of sitting patiently on a stone bench, as Neko is just kind of like, yeah, now you're actually going to sit and be quiet, right? Please? Can one of you step on me?
Is anyone in the mood? Because I haven't seen Pizzazz in a while, and apparently other Zomboy is just like, but the ghost!
But the ghost! And Neko is just like, fuck off, be a Zomboy. Are we not Zom men?
No, we're Zomboys.
The holograms explain the whole Lafitte and Lily thing to the Zomboys too, and then, oh no, a fucking swamp ghost shows up!
Giant swamp ghost.
He is really tall, this ghost of Jean Lafitte.
I thought it was a scaling issue, but then he continues to be much bigger.
I did too. I was just like, oh, he's standing awfully close to them to be that tall.
Yeah, but nope, he's just a giant ghost. So a pirate man comes out of the swamp, and he's like, who's threatening Lily?
He looks more like a pilgrim than a pirate.
Colonial pirate.
Colonial. Okay, yeah, you're right, because when I think pirate, I think of what Pierre is dressed as, which, a guy in colonial times would probably have colonial kind of clothing and not a fucking a bandana.
Mediterranean pirate attire.
Yeah. The Zomboys all run away, and it's revealed that, of course, it was just a hologram. Actually, what is it, like, the hologram... The hologram Jean Lafitte, like, curtsies to the holograms, and does he say something in French? I don't remember. He's just like, I'm a pirate, mes amis.
Pirate. And then Jim tap dances over to them. Like, I did it. It was me. Tell me I did a good job.
And Rhea goes, what a show! And Jim's just like, fuck off, we gotta go tell Miss Yvette, because Pierre's gonna be fucking stealing the goddamn jewels!
I changed my mind, let's go cuff some dudes.
The Misfits arrive with the jewels, and I said that somehow they're gonna get the rap for this, even though they only wanted to wear the damn things, and technically the Misfits are the only people that are in the wrong by the end of the episode here.
As they get to the mansion, the doorman, Maurice, is like, hey, I'm glad you're here. And Kimber goes, fuck off, Pierre, and kicks him in the shin.
I hope she apologizes to him later.
I hope so too, because it doesn't show her doing it.
We have a panning shot of ballroom dancing. I'm guessing it's the same mansion, so I don't know where this is in the mansion. It's in a different place, I guess, but someone comments that it's breathtaking.
Masquerade. Tiger faces on parade. Masquerade.
Masquerade! The girls...
It works for everything!
The girls find Yvette, but are dragged away before they can explain what the fuck is going on because they need to take the stage before the Misfits, those terrible creatures, as Miss Yvette calls them.
So, they go and get up to sing a song. The Misfits are like, well, at least we got to wear the jewelry because it looks like the Zomboys done fucked up.
Well, we got a fun thing here where the Misfits are just kind of, after being called terrible creatures, it cuts to the Misfits who are all Pizzazz and Jenna are basically telling the press people there. It's like, oh no, we were supposed to wear them all along. It's just, you fuckers messed it all up. Take my picture.
Anyway.
And then when Jem and company take the stage, Stormer goes, guess the Zomboys blew it, huh? Ever the realist, Stormer.
Mm-hmm. It's either the Zomboys or Eric. Someone's always botching it.
At least they got to wear the jewels, though. You're right. And then Jem does the whole fucking... Remember before Set Your Sails where she...
The lounge singer thing. All right, everyone. Nice to see you. A lot of really beautiful couples in the audience, or at least I assume. I can't tell behind the masks.
Anyway. I got a little number I want to tell you. It's one of my favorites by an old friend, Mr. Frankie Sinatra. It's about mask here. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4.
And then she plays the thong song. Weird.
Frank Sinatra, original writer of the thong song. Who knew?
It's true. Not everyone knows that.
Song number 3 of the evening. Everybody Wears a Mask, which is not a great song, but we'll be playing it for you right now.
This is Fat Tuesday, the last night of Mardi Gras. Tonight, anything might happen. Anything might be hidden behind the masks that surround you. Everybody wears a mask, can't tell who is real. Oh, everybody wears a mask, hiding what they feel. Everybody wears a mask, isn't it bizarre? Oh, everybody wears a mask, masking who they are. Who can I believe they're trying to deceive? I can't tell one from another. Seems a hopeless task underneath each mask. I find another and another. Everybody wears a mask. I feel so confused. Everybody wears a mask. Who should be accused? Everybody wears a mask, even me sometimes. Everybody wears a mask. Each one plays a role. Everybody wears a mask, masking heart and soul.
So that was Everybody Wears a Mask, Kristen. It's a song.
Sure is. Hey, Joe.
Yes.
I think there's a double meaning here.
Oh?
As in Mardi Gras masks and figurative masks.
Whoa! Whoa, Kristen, Jem, I didn't know Jem was getting this deep!
The hologram is a mask!
Oh my god, the hologram is a mask!
I
Holy
figured
shit!
it out!
You cracked the code!
Call Christy Marks. I think we win a prize.
That's what it should have been. It should have just ended with her turning into Jericho and being like, ta-da! And everybody would have been like, oh wow, look at the cool magic trick that lady did. Where did Jem go?
Do you get it, kids? Do you understand?
Well, I mean, the visuals of this song, I don't think go along with the kind of deeper meaning you're talking about here. Where,
Masquerade, paper faces on parade.
Literally just a lot of people in masks to the point of, Giantess Pizzazz wearing 2 masks.
Nice.
As well as there was a guy who just, continues... It's the gag of taking off Major Glory's superhero mask, only to have the exact same mask under it. And then just keep doing that.
Nice.
There's also the final mask that he has is a red Cobra Commander hood.
Cool.
Also, when the song started, it kind of sounded like We Could Make a Difference, which actually wouldn't have been a bad song to lift the melody from.
I guess not.
And also, the song itself ends up kind of being an all-right version of It Could Be You.
I don't know what you mean by that.
You remember the song from Music is Magic, that terrible, It could be you, couldn't it, it could
shit.
be you.
Now I remember. Why did you do that to me?
Because I need to make you remember to rank it as the worst song of season 2, duh.
That's true. That's the only purpose it serves anymore.
Is it worse than Star Spangled Fantasy?
Yes.
Ooh, I don't know, we might have a fight on our hands come Kentucky time.
I will fight you in real life.
Everybody Wears a Mask, not a bad song, but again, Let Me Take You to the Mardi Gras was stupid, and surprise, surprise, already played, so sometimes we are at the mercy of the song itself. Probably another reason that it's hard to remember this episode is because, and again, the absolute fucking wet fart of an ending that we're going to get to in a few minutes here.
Yup.
So, that was the song. The Misfits, Pierre, and Maurice all left while the holograms were singing, so they head out after them because, nobody bothered to just say Jem should have just went, we could take the stage in a second, somebody's gonna steal
Jewel
the
thief.
jewels.
Again, people seem to not understand, like, economy of syllables. Like, just get a few out and you will pique someone's interest.
That's literally all it takes. You're saying nothing, you're gonna end up in situations like this here that happen. So, so the Misfits are out here, they're getting their picture taken in front of the paintings of Lafitte and Shana, and Lily, Shana.
Yeah. Shana 2 Electric Boogaloo.
They replaced it with a caricature of Shana.
Yes.
And a weird thing happens here where they're getting their pictures taken, the Misfits are, and Pierre and Maurice are standing on the staircase, and as they run in, Shana goes, there they are, and the camera is on Pierre and Maurice, and it pans to the Misfits, and then Jem goes, and there's Pierre and Maurice! What? Wait a minute.
There's everyone standing in one group, mostly.
The camera action messed that order up. It should have been the other way around. Fuck!
Whatever.
So they plug in a floodlight to take the pictures the camera people do, and oh no, the fuse blew, and then we get Electric Soldier Porygon flashy images going on here of a crazy monkey grabbing the jewels. Monkey thief.
You know what I love in cartoons, Joe?
Monkey thief.
Monkeys, in general. Joe?
Yes.
I hate monkeys.
Can we talk about a legacy of cartoon monkeys, of good cartoon monkeys? How about? How do you feel about Mojo Jojo?
That's different. He's a person monkey.
No, well, okay, well, wait a minute, then how do you feel about Magilla Gorilla?
I don't.
Well, there you go. Are we putting monkeys in... Well, first of all, any, like, inanimate monkey is probably gonna... Inanimate. Wait a minute.
Whoa. I think that's a dead monkey.
A good monkey is a dead monkey.
Yes.
Anyway, so when it comes down to it, there's a difference between, like, a monkey that's a monkey, like an organ grinder monkey, and Mojo Jojo, for you.
Well, there was an episode where Mojo Jojo turned back into a normal monkey.
Yeah, and he was an asshole, still.
Yeah. So, and I hated it. And they make bad noises. I don't like the monkey from Dexter's Lab, either.
You know what? Well, I mean, okay. Those segments definitely weren't as good as the, whatever the fucking... I just referenced Major Glory, and I can't remember the name of the team that they had.
Super Pals.
Justice Pals. Maybe.
Justice Pals? Something like that.
Whatever. Valhalla and Kronk.
Yep.
Kronk? Kronk's from The Emperor's New Groove.
Man, twice in one episode. Anyway, what's this episode about?
It's about a monkey thief, because here we go. The lights end up turning back on when Pierre reveals that he has a fucking gun.
Well, gosh.
He does, I mean, he fires it, and they don't point it at the screen or anything, so I guess it's not one of those things where... He fires it when the lights are off, so you don't see it fire, so I guess that's why he can hold a gun.
I suppose so. So, it turns out he's not a thief, he's a detective who acted like a dick.
And Maurice was acting all suspicious, mostly because he was worried about his friend, who turns out to be the monkey.
I have nothing to say about that.
I do like how Pizzazz goes, for a detective, you've done a crummy job, because the jewels ended up getting stolen.
She's right.
Roxy thinks it was the ghost of Lafitte, but nope, they open up the painting, and the monkey is behind it. They're Francois the monkey, and Pizzazz threatens to strangle him. Go, Pizzazz!
They should have let her.
As it turns out, the monkey is a descendant of Lafitte's monkey, and he's good friends with Maurice, and Pizzazz takes all of this fucking revelation as big deal. And...
That's the correct response, aside from just being disgusted by it all.
By this old-ass monkey.
Oh, it's an old monkey!
So Maurice shows the Misfits out, because Jem is going to be taking the promo shots with the jewelry, and Pizzazz takes it in stride.
Isn't the electricity broken?
It came back on when Pierre fired his gun.
He fixed it. Pow pow! Fixed.
Jem apologizes to Pierre, and he does admit that he does have a dangerous look.
You're a dick.
And if he were a thief, he would steal the heart of Shana from Anthony Julian. Fuck off. Oh my god, fuck off.
Go away. He's the worst.
And then he kisses her.
Well, great. Now Shana cheated on Anthony Julian.
Now she's ruined for marriage, Kristen. God damn it.
Great.
And Shana doesn't, punch him. She looks surprised. She doesn't punch him, because she should have. She used both of those fists, put a candle in his mustache, and then punched him.
Stick a candle in his ear, punch him again.
And then Kimber asks if there really is a ghost, and Yvette goes, of course the ghost of Lafitte is real, because he's the ghost of unrequited love.
So ghosts exist in this universe, even though they don't.
The ghosts come out of the painting and kiss each other, and that's the end of the episode.
Okay. Like, if you say so.
That was Mardi Gras, Kristen. I gotta say, the episode was shaping up to be pretty alright, but I feel like the ending ends up kind of flat because it undoes all of the intrigue.
Yeah, it is basically set up, set up, set up. Nah.
It isn't one of those things where the twist makes you go, huh, and then upon other watchings you see like, oh no, they are actually detectives. No, it sets up everything to be, they're thieves, they're assholes, they're thieves, and then it ends up that they're actually good guys, and it's just like, well wait, then what the hell was all that other shit?
The only thing they attempt to set up is that Maurice is being a dick because his monkey is gone.
Was it Maurice's monkey?
I think so.
Oh, it's his friend, yeah, I guess that's
Yeah.
it. Fuck it. It doesn't...
Mary Screens, I can't remember what other episodes you did, but I'm disappointed.
Yeah, I would say that this is a low point for Mary Screen's episodes, and even without knowing offhand the other episodes that she did.
I'm sure there were some good ones in there.
But sometimes that's just the way things go, so now's the point in the evening where I'll list off all of the fun contact things, where you can find us. You can follow us on the Twitter machine at CWTAPod. You can follow me at Octopus, that's AWKTAPUS.
You can follow me at FunnyGirlTM, like trademark.
You can find us on the iTunes, on the SoundCloud, on the Stitcher Radio, on the YouTube. Leave a rating, give a review, do whatever you feel like. You can also reach us, cwtapod@gmail.com, where you can tell us all about famous heirloom jewels in your family, as well as how the hell you could do the mask magic trick that Pizzazz did, where she pulls it off and she's got the... How does that work? Teach me. I want to know.
Please do.
Next week, Kristen, is the middle of nowhere, the first of, I believe, 2 very snowy episodes
Ah, shit.
within a few episodes of one another.
I forgot about this one.
I remember this one for you being along the same lines as Shangri-La, where you're just kind of like, because I feel like there's a lot of Eskimos in it.
Yeah, the middle of nowhere, aka the United States still. I know someone who used to live in Alaska. Goddamn.
The next, 4 weeks are going to be really rough, because we've got the middle of nowhere.
The middle of nowhere heavily features seals. That's what I remember.
Oh, yeah, is this one of those things about clubbing baby seals where you shouldn't do that?
I think this is Eric is attempting to buy a bunch of land that there are a bunch of seals on.
That he's going to club.
That he's definitely gonna club.
Then we've got Renaissance Woman, which is... Then we've got Journey to Shangri-La.
Yeah. That one's my jam.
And then we've got Journey Through Time.
Oh god. It's gonna be interesting. It's just a bunch of culture clashes in a row.
All those episodes until Brit Rock are basically, yes, a bunch of culture clashes in a row.
Ooh, it's gonna be interesting.
So, hey, I'm glad you're along for the ride with us. For the Can We Talk About podcast, my name is Joe.
I am Kristen.
And join us next week where we will talk about some gem in the middle of nowhere.
Checks in the middle of nowhere.
Shit!
You won't get it.
Goddamn!
Return to sender.